Hi, welcome back to Surgical Scrubology. My name is Damon. I'm a certified surgical technologist. Today's video, donning your gown and gloves. This is part 2 in my series, Back to Basics. Part 1 was how to perform a surgical scrub. You can click on that video at the end of this one. If you find the information in my videos to be useful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment. Now with that being said, let's get to it. Alright, so I've scrubbed and I made sure that I got as much as excess water as I could off of my hands and my arms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly reach in and grab that towel like so, okay? I'm going to slide this over so you can see me. Now that I've grabbed that towel, I can use this hand just to kind of bring that towel open. I think that's acceptable. And then you kind of just lay it in that hand, and then you want to dry like a block each finger. Back of the hand, front of the hand. You want to dry your hand to the towel and not dry your hand with the towel. This is drying my hand with the towel. You don't want that. Your towel, you don't want your towel all over the place where it can get contaminated. You want to keep that towel stationary, and you want to dry your hands to the towel, not dry your hands with the towel. All right, so my fingers, back of the hand, as I'm using that blotting motion, I'm going down to my elbow. All right, and then I take the hand that just dried, I grab the bottom of this dry towel, drop that portion, and I'm repeating the same with this hand. And again, I'm drying my arm to the towel and not using the towel to dry my hands and arm. All right, when that's done, you want to discard this in the trash can. Bring this back over. And then you want to look at your gown. Now you think to yourself like, okay, how am I supposed to grab this gown? All right. I tell people there's always a sticker. There's a left and a right side of that sticker, right? If you're looking at that, if you're looking at this, I guess how you can read it, there's a left and a right. So I always say grab to the right, okay? And grab to the right of the gown and you'll be good, all right? Or the gown has like a curve, right? You can say grab the lowest part of that curve, which would be here. This would be the high part of the curve. This would be the lowest part. So that's the side you will want to grab. All right, so you grab your gown, and when you grab your gown, you look for your like openings or little cuffs on both sides, okay? And the reason why I can grab this gown like this, because this is this is the inside of the gown itself. So this is not the actual part of the gown that's going to be up against the sterile field. This is the part of the gown that's going to be up against your scrubs. So I'm looking for the cuffs on the gown, which these would be it. I like to reach my hand down, grab, Look for the other one. Grab. Okay? So move that off the way a little bit so you can see. Alright. So I'm opening up this gown. I'm going to let it drop down like that. Alright, I held on to the inside, as you can see. Drop down all the way. Alright. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place my arms in here. Turn this around so you can see. And I'm holding on to this gown from here. I'm going to place my first arm in. Okay. For those that can't see, let's do that one more time. Place my first arm in. Holding on, as you can see, I'm holding on to this gown. I bring this arm to my chest. I'm pushing this arm through. And I'm careful not to come through the cuff portion. The cuff portion is made of like cotton breathable material, and it's not the impervious portion of the gown. So at this point, someone comes in and they're going to tie me up. Give me a second, let me get tied up. Now that I'm all tied up, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to grab my gloves. I'm grabbing my gloves with the impervious portion of the gown. I want to position them to where it's palms up on the picture, left and right. I'm going to handling the gloves with the impervious portion of this gown, okay? We call these lobster claws or crab claws. So I open up my gloves, and when I open up my gloves, I want to make sure that the fingers are facing away from me, or it's pointing in that direction. I don't want the fingers pointing towards me. That means that I need to turn the packaging around. And then it'd be obvious that you have your gloves in the wrong orientation, because the right side would be over here and the left side would be over there. So when I open it up, I see the fingers are pointing that way, left hand, right hand. I'm going to continue to open up the packaging by first lifting up the two folds, and then I'm going to open this up completely. Alright, now that it's opened up completely, I see my sterile gloves. There's writing on the gloves, which, give me a second and I'll zoom in the camera so you can see it. Okay, so now that you can see a little closer, there is letter. You see it says there's lettering on here. One says left and one says right. The way I teach is you take your, it depends whether you're right hand or left hand. I just happen to be left handed, so I like to start with my left glove. So I take my right hand, grab my left glove with the writing and face it down. So my hand in here, my palm is facing up. I put the glove down in my palm with the fingers pointing towards me and the writing down. And then I use this hand to grab the top part of that cuff. This top part, as you can see, this top part, and I'm holding the bottom part, as you can see, and I'm just going to bring it around. You don't have to fit the gloves on as soon as you just want to bring it around so it's on your hand. And at that point, pull the cuff back, and the glove is on, basically. At this point is a little tug here. Wiggle your fingers through, pull your fingers. Now I'm pulling my fingers, but the impervious part of the gown. Okay? Wiggle through. And now I'm on. Now that I got one glove on, it becomes extremely easy to put the second one on. Following the same technique, my palms down, letters down, fingers facing me. I bring my first cuff over, my second cuff I bring back. My glove is on. Pull my fingers in the glove, pull my gown back, boom, all done. At this point, now this is me, I'm gloving and gowning myself. If you're a medical student, a resident, a surgeon, 99% of the time, someone else is going to gown you. But in the event, you know, you may have came into the surgery late or some other thing, you know, and you have to gown yourself, this is the way you want to go about it.